My name is Rianni Tyes. I am the executive chef and owner of Luxe Hospitality. We are based here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we travel to wherever our clients need us. We offer luxury dining experiences in the comfort of our clients' homes, venues, or wherever they may need us. I'm a former Lilburn Middle School student and a Meadow Creek High School alumni. So how I got started. I always had a love for cooking. I would always help my mom and my grandmom in the kitchen, helping them clean collard greens, make banana pudding, helping my mom make sweet potato pie, salmon, roast chicken. So I'd always been cooking at home, but when I got to Lilburn Middle School, there was a family and consumer science class that was run by Miss Cook. I learned simple recipes, but it was still fun. It was intriguing to know that there was a whole class based on cooking and basically like home economics. It wasn't until I got to Meadow Creek that I actually started to see that there was so much to offer in the culinary arts field and in the hospitality world. At Meadow Creek, we would go on field trips to the hospitality, the culinary arts and hospitality conventions here in Georgia. And at those conventions, you would see all these different companies and people and businesses that are within just food production and hospitality. There's so many different routes you could take. You could work in restaurants. You can become a personal chef like I am. You can work at country clubs, resorts. You can get into production where you're making food that goes straight to grocery stores, where you're packaging pre-made meals, where you can get into the industry of making the packaging for these pre-made meals. There's just so much to do. You can get into sales of the equipment that makes these pre-made meals, and you can get into sales of the equipment that people use in restaurants. You can get into sales of equipment that big corporations use to bake their goods. There's just so many options. The options are endless. But once I got to my senior year of high school, every year of high school, I took each culinary arts class. And it wasn't until my senior year where I was the culinary team's videographer, and I was with them almost every day after school while they're practicing for their competitions. And not to toot our own horn, but Meadow Creek's culinary department was pretty great, and I'm sure it's still pretty great. But I was with the culinary team almost every day, and I remember telling Chef Byron that I want to do something more. Like, this is fun, but I want to do something more. And she was like, okay, well, do you want to try out a competition? And I said yes. So she put me on a team, a business competition team, where me and I believe it was 4 other people, I think it was 5 of us, we competed on the state level, and we did a business competition, and we won 3rd place in the state. We won a few scholarships, and that was fun. It was cool, and it kind of got me hyped up. And I was like, okay, I want more. And so Chef was like, okay, well, do you want to do an individual cooking competition? So I did the cooking competition, and I won 1st place in the state, and then that brought me to nationals, and then I won 1st place nationally. The competition was judged by 7 celebrity judges, and the prize was a $55,000 scholarship to the top culinary school in the country. Some people say in the world. So you want to know how to become a personal chef or just a chef in general? There's so many different routes you could take, and I'll be honest, there's no one way fits all. A lot of people go to culinary school, but I'll be honest, that can be expensive, and you have to work really hard to either pay for schooling out of pocket so you're not stuck with a bunch of debt, or keep your eye out for scholarships and competitions that can award you scholarships. You could also find a chef that you admire, that you could work under, and that could be your mentor to kind of guide you in the right direction. Another option would be to just go ahead and go out into the world and get some real world experience. You probably won't start off on the line. You'll probably start off as like a prep cook, or you might start off as a dishwasher. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's really up to you and your personal preference and your circumstances. There's always going to be opportunity to learn something new and to always grow within the culinary and hospitality world. I've worked with so many people who have been in the culinary arts and hospitality world for years, some of them as long as I've been alive, and they always have a desire to learn more and are always taking courses and always learning about new techniques, new dishes, new wines, new drinks, new recipes, just always learning, new policies, new procedures, always learning. The culinary arts and hospitality world is definitely an industry where there is no ceiling. You can do whatever you want. You can learn as much as you want. You can switch things up as much as you want. Some of the top skills I think are needed to be successful as a personal chef or a chef in general is to have, like I mentioned before, that willingness to learn. Another skill I would say is to be organized. You need to be organized and clean. People aren't gonna wanna eat from someone who's messy, who's dirty, there's food all over the place, there's papers all over the place, whether you're on the line cooking or whether you're a sous chef in the back doing inventory. A cluttered space is a cluttered mind. I had a chef in culinary school that would always say, you could tell the state of a chef's mind by the state of their workstation. If their cutting board is a mess, then obviously their brain is a mess. They're scrambled, they're stressed, they're just unorganized. Also, good cleanliness and hygiene is a must. Nobody wants to eat from someone with dirty nails or hair that's just all over the place, or if you smell, which some people do and some people don't care, but nobody wants to eat from a dirty, smelly chef. Another skill that is needed to be a chef is to have the ability to multitask. You have to be able to multitask and do it well under pressure. Being a team player is especially important. You're always gonna have so many different personalities that you're working with, whether it's your boss, whether it's other line cooks, whether it's other chefs, whether it's guests and clients. No matter what you're doing, you're gonna have other people that you have to answer to, even if you're the boss. I own my own business and I still have to deal with other personalities. Some of them aren't too nice, whether it's vendors, whether it's clients, but you have to be a team player and keep in mind that there's one common goal in mind of serving the guests, giving a phenomenal experience no matter what. Another skill that is absolutely needed to be a chef is professionalism. So the pros and cons of being a personal chef, there are a lot of pros and there are a lot of cons. The first pro I think would be that I'm always learning something new. Whether it's something with my administrative tasks, whether it's something related to taxes or laws or the legality of things or contracts or recipes, food. Another pro is I get to make my own schedule, where also that's a good and a bad thing because I can make my own schedule, I can work when I want, I can take off when I want, but also that can be a con because I love my job so much that when I should be taking a break, I will accept an event or I'll be creating recipes or doing something business related when I really should be taking a break. Another pro is there's no cap in how much money I can make. I can make $60,000 one year. I can make $100,000 one year. I can make $200,000 one year. I can make even more than that. I am able to give the people who help me and my staff a fair wage, and there's really no cap on how much we can make. Another pro is I get to be creative. I get to create my own menus. I get to create recipes from the inspiration I have. I get to meet different people, and when I get inspiration from different people, I come up with new business ideas or new product ideas or new service offerings. To the next pro is I get to meet new people all the time. I've cooked for Clint Capella of the Atlanta Hawks. I've cooked for Deron Harmon of the Atlanta Falcons. I've cooked for a former Olympian. I've cooked for CEOs. I've cooked for Jasmine Crowe, the CEO of Gooder. I've cooked for so many different people, and even people who aren't over major companies or professional athletes. I get to meet so many different families and so many different couples, and it's always a good time. They're always celebrating something too. Cons of being a personal chef and a business owner. The first one I would say for sure is long days and long nights. If there's work to be done, I gotta do it. I can't say, well, we're closed, or, well, I am clocked out at 5 p.m. No, if there's work to be done and there's a deadline, I have to do it, or it's just gonna linger, or I have to hold myself accountable. I have to keep my word. I have to have integrity, and I have to get things done when I say I'm gonna get them done, especially when other people are involved. Another con is all the responsibility falls on me. Since I am the business owner and I am the executive chef currently, all of the responsibility falls on me. If there's a problem, I have to solve it. No one else. I can't just give it to my manager to solve. I just can't give it to the boss. I am the boss. Another con is I'm not always in the mood. I'm not always happy. And whether I worked an 18-hour day the day before and I have an event the next day, I still have to put on the face, I have to put on the smile, and I have to get it done, and I have to give my clients a great experience. Or maybe I have a meeting I have to go to, or maybe I have an event I have to attend. Depending on what it is, sometimes I can't say no. Sometimes if I've already committed to that, like I said earlier, I have to hold my word and keep that integrity and go ahead and push through. A typical day in the life of a personal chef on a day when I don't have an event is, it's pretty, I'll be honest, it's kind of boring. It's a lot of administrative work. On a day when I don't have any events to attend, it's mostly administrative work where I am reaching back out to people who have inquired about an event, doing consultation calls, sending out quotes, sending out invoices, thinking of new recipe ideas, editing my recipes, editing my menus. When I do have events or the day before an event, it usually starts by me getting up as early as I can, probably 7 in the morning. Well, this is the day before an event. So 2 days before events, I'll go get groceries for the event. I'll get all the groceries, try to get all of the whatever equipment, whatever menus I need, and I'll wake up as early as I can, go to the farmer's market, get the groceries, get any wine, get any champagne, print any custom menus, and I try to get all of that done in one day. If there's time, if I don't have much else to do that day, I will also start the prep for the event, where I knock out any dressings, any sauces, any soups that would hold over well for the next day or so, and I try to get that out the way. Now, the day of the event, I wake up, depending on what time the event is, it varies depending on what time I wake up and start getting ready for the event. I'll pack my cart, get all my equipment ready, get all of the groceries kind of organized and put in a cooler. I will prep whatever things need to be prepped before I get to the client's location, and from there, me and my assistant will travel to the client's home or venue or wherever and make it happen. We set up, we make everything look pretty, set up the table, set up the menus, prep the food, and from there we make the food. I always bring a bottle of wine or champagne. We pop a bottle, do a toast, and from there we serve our clients until they're done, until the brunch, the lunch, the dinner, whatever it is, until they're done. I don't want my clients to do anything, so me and my assistant will take care of filling waters, filling wine glasses, everything. And then once that's over with, we clean up, go home, and do it all over again if there's an event the next day. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned something and were able to take something from it. Hopefully I inspired you to want to get started in the culinary arts field or the hospitality industry. I'm going to leave my contact information on the screen, so please don't hesitate to ask me any questions and reach out on Instagram or send me an email. I'm here to help, and I want to be a resource for you guys.